The ongoing saga surrounding Sean "Diddy" Combs and his son Christian Combs has taken yet another dramatic turn, plunging an already convoluted situation into deeper chaos. What began as a high-profile federal trial with serious allegations has now spiraled into a contentious narrative involving family loyalty, public gloating, and whispers of potential countersuits against victims. The developments have sparked widespread debate, with many questioning the implications of Christian's actions and the Combs family's approach to the fallout. Let's dive into the details of what's unfolding, how Christian's behavior is shaping public perception, and what this means for the victims and the broader legal landscape. Diddy has been a fixture in headlines for months, largely due to a federal trial that gripped the public's attention. The music mogul faced significant charges, including racketeering RICO allegations that carried the potential for a life sentence. These charges painted a grim picture, accusing Diddy of orchestrating a web of illegal activities. Despite the severity of the accusations, Diddy managed to avoid conviction on the most serious counts. However, he was found guilty on two lesser charges related to violating the Mann Act, which prohibits transporting individuals across state lines for unlawful activity. These charges stem from incidents involving Cassie Ventura and an individual identified as Jane Doe, both of whom testified during the trial. Each count carries a maximum sentence of 10 years, though speculation abounds that Diddy could receive a lenient outcome, potentially probation or time served, given the trajectory of the case. The trial's conclusion might have been a moment for the Combs family to step back from the spotlight and let the dust settle. After all, navigating a federal investigation, multiple raids by Homeland Security, and intense public scrutiny would prompt most people to adopt a low profile. But Christian Combs, Diddy's son, has taken a strikingly different approach. Rather than exercising restraint, Christian has been vocal, celebratory, and according to many, tone-deaf in his response to the trial's outcome. His behavior has not only drawn criticism, but also raised questions about the family's strategy moving forward, particularly with rumors swirling about potential countersuits against Diddy's accusers. As soon as the court adjourned, Christian was quick to express his elation. Outside the courthouse, he spoke to ABC News, beaming with joy and declaring, "Hey, we love y'all. We love everybody watching, so happy coming home. God bless. God bless the whole world." His enthusiasm was palpable, and he didn't stop at words. In a moment that captured the attention of onlookers and media alike, Christian was seen doing push-ups right outside the courthouse, a bold display of confidence and defiance. For many, this was a natural reaction. After all, Diddy is his father, and the relief of seeing a loved one escape the most severe consequences of a trial is understandable. Christian's loyalty to his father has been unwavering throughout the ordeal, and some argue it's only natural for a son to stand by his parent, regardless of the circumstances. Yet, Christian's actions have sparked outrage, particularly among those who feel his celebrations dismiss the gravity of the allegations against Diddy. The charges, even the lesser ones on which Diddy was convicted, involve serious accusations of harm, particularly toward women who came forward with their stories. Cassie Ventura and Jane Doe's testimonies were central to the case, and their accounts painted a troubling picture of Diddy's behavior. For Christian to publicly revel in the verdict without acknowledging the pain of the victims has struck many as insensitive. Social media platforms, including X, have been abuzz with reactions, with users calling out Christian for what they perceive as a lack of empathy. Comments range from disappointment in his apparent disregard for the victims to speculation about whether his behavior reflects a broader pattern within the Combs family. The controversy doesn't end with Christian's courthouse antics. Rumors are circulating that the Combs camp, led by Christian, is considering countersuing the individuals who accuse Diddy. The idea of targeting victims with lawsuits for libel and defamation has sent shockwaves through online communities and advocacy groups. Many are questioning whether such a move is legally viable, and more importantly, what it means for victims' rights. If Christian and Diddy pursue this path, it could set a dangerous precedent, potentially discouraging future victims from coming forward, especially against high-profile figures with significant resources. The notion of powerful individuals retaliating against accusers is not new, but in the context of this case, it feels particularly brazen given the public nature of the allegations and the trial. Christian's boldness is not entirely surprising when you consider his history and the dynamics within the Combs family. For years, there have been whispers that Diddy's children, particularly Christian, have been groomed to support their father unconditionally. Some sources even claim that Diddy exerted a form of psychological control over his kids, ensuring their loyalty no matter the circumstances. Whether or not these claims hold water, Christian's actions suggest a deep allegiance to his father. From the moment the allegations against Diddy surfaced, Christian has been vocal about his belief in his father's innocence. When Homeland Security raided Diddy's properties last year, seizing electronics and hard drives in a sweeping operation, Christian and his brother Justin were briefly detained. Most people would retreat from the public eye after such an experience, but Christian doubled down. In a particularly audacious move, Christian released a song that seemed to taunt the authorities. The lyrics reference the raids with lines like, "Knock them walls down like when them Fetty boys running both our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door, 'cause that's the one they miss." The song also took shots at 50 Cent, who has been a vocal critic of Diddy throughout the ordeal, trolling him relentlessly on social media. Christian rapped, "I dare one of you ninjas scream out no Diddy when all they had was 50 Cent who put the city on the map. Stop lying. Pop's been hated on by many men. And man, that's fine. They're going to try to stop these M&Ms, and they're going to die trying." The song was a bold statement, not only defending his father, but also flaunting the family's confidence in the face of federal scrutiny. For many, it was a reckless move, especially given the ongoing investigations and the serious nature of the allegations. Christian's decision to go after the victims, however, takes the situation to another level. One possible motivation lies in a lawsuit filed against Christian himself. A woman named Omar, who worked on a superyacht leased by the Combs family in December 2022, accused Christian of sexual assault. According to court documents, the yacht, named Victorious, was a chaotic environment during the holiday period, with a rotating cast of celebrities, including French Montana and Cuba Gooding Jr., and an atmosphere marked by substance use and disrespect toward staff. Omar alleged that Christian made multiple attempts to touch her inappropriately, culminating in a disturbing incident in the yacht's cinema room. She claimed Christian blocked her exit, became aggressive, and attempted to force her into a sexual act. She managed to escape when her partner entered the room, but she was subsequently fired after attempting to report the incident. The lawsuit detailed the emotional and psychological toll on Omar, including anxiety, panic attacks, an eating disorder, and suicidal thoughts. When the lawsuit was filed, Christian's legal team dismissed it as a fabrication, accusing the plaintiff's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, of pursuing manufactured lies. They argued that the claims were baseless and part of a pattern of frivolous lawsuits against the Combs family. This response mirrors the broader strategy employed by Diddy's camp, to discredit accusers and frame the allegations as opportunistic attacks. Christian's alleged plan to countersue the victims may stem from this mindset, particularly in light of the personal accusations against him. By going on the offensive, he may believe he can protect his own reputation and bolster his father's defense in the remaining civil lawsuits. The civil lawsuits against Diddy are a critical piece of this puzzle. While the criminal trial has concluded, Diddy still faces multiple civil cases related to the same allegations. The fact that he was acquitted of the major charges in the criminal case could strengthen his position in these civil proceedings. His legal team could argue that the jury's verdict undermines the credibility of the accusers, potentially swaying judges or juries in the civil courts. This dynamic makes Christian's rumored countersuits even more significant, as they could further intimidate plaintiffs and weaken their cases. For the victims, this is a disheartening prospect. Coming forward with allegations against a powerful figure like Diddy is already a daunting task, and the threat of retaliation could deter others from speaking out in the future. Public reaction to Christian's behavior has been mixed but largely critical. On platforms like X, users have expressed frustration with what they see as a lack of accountability within the Combs family. Many argue that Christian's gloating and threats are not only disrespectful to the victims, but also short-sighted, given the ongoing legal battles. Others, however, defend Christian's loyalty to his father, pointing out that family dynamics are complex and that he may genuinely believe in Diddy's innocence. The debate has also sparked broader conversations about the challenges victims face when accusing powerful individuals. The fear of retaliation, public scrutiny, and legal repercussions can be overwhelming, and Christians' actions are seen by some as exacerbating these issues.